welcome back.
Welcome back to the Georgia and Daniel Show. My name is Georgia from Georgia's Kitchen and Dan's Cutest to Love.
My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and Georgia's Cutest to Love.
On the show this week, we are taking the week off of podcasting.
But don't worry, because we have a special rebroadcast of
Mother's Day Bikecast.
all this and kind of much more, but that's basically it. On episode 54 of the Georgia and Daniel Show starts right now. So welcome back, everybody. We are pre-recording this on a Monday, but you guys are going to hear this live on a Tuesday, the 11th of May. And it's because Mother's Day just happened. And because, I don't know if, you probably have time, babe, but I'm busy because I'm going to be at my sister's house. And so we thought, well, instead of giving you content, we are going to we broadcast a episode a year ago with our moms.
Yes.
So,
Hi, Mom.
so that is what is happening. So we're going to go ahead and take a sponsor break and play that. And when we come back, babe, we'll tell everybody how they can email, follow us and email and subscribe, right?
Yes.
So, folks, we'll see you at the end of the Mother's Day episode. You're listening to
The Georgia
and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be back when we go back in time to our Mother's Day Bikecast right after this on SpecialChronicles.com. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. Theme song for the Daniel and Georgia Show. Coming up on the Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2, Episode 5, Mother's Day Bikecast Date Nights is coming up on DanielAndGeorgia.com and SpecialChronicles.com. Welcome back to the Daniel and Georgia Show. My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielAndGeorgia.com.
and I'm Georgia, his love interest.
Love interest?
We're changing that intro up every week, but we are pre-recording this week's episode because on a very special live edition, live Bikecast edition, Mother's Day Bikecast edition of the program. And our two special guests, instead of calling in on the phone, we have actually in person.
Is my mom, Karen Hunter.
Hello out there.
And my mom, Linda Smigowski.
Hello, lovely to be here.
And so both of you have been, have been called in before, but we'll in the middle, we stopped about 30 minutes into our bike ride, and this is a long time in the making, meaning as a full-person mother, child with special needs, unified bike ride, cycling ride. And so thanks to a global pandemic, coronavirus, COVID-19, social distancing, we are able to make this finally happen, right?
That's right, yeah. We've been wanting to get together for a long time, and now we found that we have the time and the space to do it on the Salt Creek Trail.
Yeah, we should say that, the Salt Creek
Right.
Trail.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, the sun's out, and we passed all the rain, and we're doing this before it gets cold again. Mm-hmm. So let's.
Not gonna get cold.
Yeah. So, and by the way, folks, if you listen to the audio podcast on every major podcast app, you can check out the video as well, right? On tv.danielandgeorgia.com/watch. So, how should we kick off this live Bikecast?
We should ask them some questions about mothership and childhood.
Yeah, awesome, good. And as always, you are the one that come up with most of the questions, and so I'll kind of come up with questions, maybe like kind of offshoot of those questions. So, what's the first topic?
Well, the first question is, why do you like Mother's Day the most?
Who wants to begin with that? And we'll pass the mic.
Why do we like Mother's
hold it
Day the most?
Hold it close to you.
Well, you have to like Mother's Day more than Father's Day if you're a mother. And it's been said before, but it's really true that every day is Mother's Day. You always feel like you're a mother. You never lose that feeling, even for a day. It's so Mother's Day has a little tinge of sadness for me, though, because I think of the people that would like to be mothers and haven't had the occasion, the chance to be mothers. Mother's Day falls at the most beautiful time of the year, where we just rode through the woods, and it couldn't be more beautiful in the woods because the trees are leafing out a little and there are lots of flowers. So I'm going to turn it over to Karen.
Thank you. So yeah, Mother's Day, it's a special time of the year. Certainly, as Linda said, the springtime is fantastic. It's a time when you kind of have joy in new beginnings and new starts and rebirth in a variety of different genres. And for Mother's Day, typically what happens for me is I go out and get flowers, and with the family, with a couple of the kids, and plant the flower box. And it's just great to dig your hands in the dirt and kind of get reconnected with starting new things. These are plants, but as we start, as Linda said, not everybody gets a chance to actually have a child birth in their life, but there are lots of beginnings that can be started, and it's a great time to enjoy that and experience it, and see what happens after you've planted your seeds.
So I've got a typical follow-up question related to both of you, and that's how does this season of spring that will end, how does the season of spring relate to Mother's Day? How does the season of spring relate to Mother's Day? Is there any, how is it similar to, how is the season of spring that will end similar? What's the reason for having Mother's Day in May during the season of spring?
Well, I think Karen just said it so very well about the analogy with the flowers. We mothers, we're women, and so we're lovely. And spring has all the loveliness of the flowers.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why Hallmark chose the May to be the day that mothers are celebrated. They, of course, should be celebrated every day. But, it is a time of the year. It's springtime, joy and new beginnings. Some faiths celebrate Nowruz at the springtime. That's in March at the equinox. And, it's a time of new beginnings. There's the cycle of life. And I think that's what, at least for me, is kind of special about celebrating this time of year.
Well, the reason why I love Mother's Day the most is spending time with my mom. We bike a lot, and we sometimes play games together and just being around the fire. That's the reason why I love Mother's Day the most.
Awesome, and the reason why I love Mother's Day the most is it's a day to celebrate the parent that gave birth to us. You can insert a laugh track if you want. If you want to laugh. Okay. So next topic, next segment.
Okay. When did you know we were born different?
Well, born different. Dan was born almost not alive at less than halfway through the pregnancy. So each day that the doctors could help me and encourage me to stay in bed and not move was a little more chance that he would make it inside long enough to come out and survive. So he was still born, very, very early, and then the word they use is at risk for a lot of things potentially, and many of those at-risk things Dan is not challenged by. But as a parent, every one of your children is different, and they're kind of like a flower in that you just wait and watch to see how the child unfolds, and every day there are surprises with every child.
Well, for Glenn and I, at birth, because there were two of you that were birthed at the same time, you and your twin Kate, and there were two of everybody in the delivery room, two pediatricians, two obstetricians, and one of the pediatricians noticed maybe some physical attributes that might show that there could be some challenges. And so then a blood test was run, and within a couple of days, maybe it was the same day, I don't quite remember. I was quite doped up at the time after that cesarean section. But so it was within a couple of days, and there's, as Linda was saying, that, it's a miracle for any birth. That no matter what, it's a miracle. And whether or not there are anomalies or differences, that is yet to be played out. Georgia, you've been really fortunate because you have really good health, and so many of the things that we thought were going to be issues didn't turn out that way. So anyway, that's that.
Awesome. I was going to add something to that. So you just said that something that Georgia has good health, and a lot of the issues that she would have had doesn't have, and I think my mom can probably say the same thing about me as well, with having good health, and some of the issues that I may have had don't have. So, unlike others of all us solo athlete friends with other challenges, So that's like that's why a lot of times we say, not just on this program, but in our community, that we all have different diagnoses. But like it's all different, and that's why like there's no one that's the same. There's no one person with ID that's the same. No one person with LD that's the same. No person with Down syndrome that's the same. We're all different, and I think that like what you guys both said there explains that part of all stories.
Yep.
So, next question.
What kind of genes did we inherit from you?
Besides the old worn-out blue jeans? Is that...
Besides Levi's?
Let's see. Well, no matter how old your child gets, and can we say how old you two are? That you're the same same age, both 31? But no matter how old, I think the parent, you're always seeing both parents' traits in you. One day you look at your daughter or son and, oh, that's, those are my eyes, or, oh, that's your dad's chin. And so that's fascinating, I think, even after 31 years. Dan did not get his height from me, because I'm a little on the shorter side. His sisters like to say, "Oh, Mom, are we going to get your arthritic hands? Are we going to get this? Are we going to get that?" They're not too excited about what genetic traits they think they'll maybe inherit from me. I can't come up with much more at the moment.
Well, I was going to say that Georgia did not inherit her height from me. I'm quite a bit taller. But I think you did inherit some of the Diekman height, or actually it would be the Smith height. My grandmother was 4'10", and I used to get on my knees and walk up to her and meet her in the eyeballs. She did not like that very much. I think I got swatted in the side of the head for that. But gosh, we share lots of similar interests, which are not the same as genes, right? I liked to swim when I was younger. You like to swim. That's just one of those fun characteristics. I see, it's funny. Sometimes I look at you and I see Dad's side of the family, and sometimes I look at you and see that, no, it's totally from my side. I think you're just a good mix.
Awesome. And so let's move on. We're at about 14 minutes of the program, so we just want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors, to all of our generous. I don't know why you're pointing at that. Mask? Mic? Something?
Mike, you're gesturing with your mic.
Oh! I'm gesturing of what?
And we do all have masks on, so if we're sounding a little fuzzy, it's because we're talking through our face masks.
Yeah, you can see that on the video edition on TV.
The audio, it might sound a little weird.
Yeah, so tv.danielandgeorgia.com/watch. You can see us, but if you listen to the audio podcast on every major podcast app, you can. That's why. So, just quick thank you to our generous supporters who supporting this podcast and others like it on SpecialChronicles.com/give. You can join them and support us and to continue to make shows like this possible. And our sponsors, ComEd, the ComEd Energy Force program is the country's first energy efficiency. I have to practice saying that for these new videos coming soon. So I'm using this sponsor break to practice saying energy efficiency.
There you go.
Program, and go to specialchronicles.com/ComEd to learn more information, links. A special sponsor podcast series, specialchronicles.com/ComEd, and they help to keep all the lights on, keep all this plugged in, and So thank you. And stay tuned to that page, specialchronicles.com/ComEd, for your energy efficiency tips. There's a new virtual event, 3 video episodes that are coming soon, May, June, and July 2020. And insert PSA for the Inclusion Revolution. Just say, we are all doing this cycling bike ride unified, hence inclusion, as we are leaders in the inclusion revolution. So go to jointherevolution.org to take the pledge and to choose to include.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference. Our demands are
equality,
dignity, and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
20. And insert PSA for the Inclusion Revolution. Just say, we are all doing this cycling bike ride unified, hence inclusion, as we are leaders in the inclusion revolution. So go to jointherevolution.org to take the pledge and to choose to include. And scene. Sponsor. Done. Welcome back to the Daniel and Georgia Show. I don't think I'm going to insert any audio there. This is what's called an unabridged episode. Okay, we've got a homemade sound effects, everything. Okay. Yeah, so welcome back to the Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2, Episode 5, Mother's Day Bikecast, date nights, pre-recorded in the afternoon on Thursday, the 7th of May, 2020. And my name's Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielAndGeorgia.com, and I'm joined always with
his true love, Georgia, and Chef G from Georgia's Kitchen.
And our special guests back on the program for the final segment.
Georgia's mom, Karen.
Dan's mom, Linda.
And, whoa, I can't see there. Okay. Did we get to all the questions?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. So I added a few other last-minute segments for the second part of the program, the second half. And so, recommendation picks of the week. This is not a segment that we have done on this show, but we have done it on the Special Chronicles show, our flagship program, meaning when we did a commentary on the shows, on the ABC sitcom Speechless, we did a segment called Picks of the Week, where we would recommend anything. It can be anything, from a movie or TV or a book or an app or a person or a place or a thing or a noun, anything, any noun, anything that you want to recommend for your pick of the week. And so we're all going to go around in a circle and give our picks of the week, and we'll put links in the show notes on DanielAndGeorgia.com and SpecialChronicles.com for this Season 2, Episode 5 of the Daniel and Georgia Show, to these picks of the week. So who wants to go first? Plus, I am throwing this out without telling anybody, including myself, to come up with a pick. So we have to come up with a pick at the top of our heads. So who wants to come up with a pick of the week?
I'll go first. So my pick of the week is the Georgia's Kitchen show, which she's doing on Facebook, and Georgia is cooking and showing us some delicious recipes, and on Saturday mornings, but if you can't catch it live, then watch it afterwards. She's got some good ideas for using some easy to obtain ingredients and do your cooking at home.
Also, this upcoming Saturday, I have a guest star, which is my mom. We're going to be making some sloppy joes, and basically it's how to make a main meal. So please tune in.
And what's your pick of the week?
I don't know what that means.
Like,
What's a favorite thing for this week? Like, did you see a show or a movie or?
Actually, I did saw a movie. My mom and I had a huge movie night with popcorn, and we watched The Princess Bride, which is
I love The Princess Bride.
It is a family classic. We watch it every other year, and it's on Disney Plus. My mom actually have a quote that she wants to say about Ingrid Montoya.
Oh.
Hello.
About what?
My name is Indigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh, how to follow that. I must say, I have on Instagram, I've seen a lot of George's meals recently, pictures of the meals. They always make me really, really hungry, whether or not it's mealtime. My pick of the week, well, it would have been to recommend my tuna sandwich that I had yesterday. It was my best tuna sandwich I ever made, but it's gone now, so I can't really recommend it.
It was so good.
It was so good. But because most of us are sheltering at home, and some of us are sitting on the couch, and viewing the TV more than usual. So one of my daughters recommended a show. I don't know if it was originally which network it was on, so I just caught it on Netflix, and it's maybe 3, 4, or 5 years old, called Turn: Washington's Spies. And it's a spy thriller set during the Revolutionary War in the colonies. And it makes they take, I'm sure they take plenty of liberties with the history, but because it makes the history come alive. So I really never mind. Even history books take liberties with history, so I don't mind if it was maybe not 100% factual. It was just so fun and interesting to have the Revolutionary War really come alive like that. But then I have limited data. I watch how much data I use, and streaming eats through my data every month. So I've devised this way to kind of cheat, and partway through watching the episodes, I go online and I look up synopses of the episodes, and sometimes they're quite detailed. And so I'll jump ahead. I'll read through 4, 5, 6 episodes, and then go back to actually watching them. Partly too because I get impatient. Like, okay, I've seen 3, 4 seasons of this. Let's end it, and then I read it, and then I go back and watch the last few.
Okay,
good.
so this is almost turned into a movie segment, so that's why the next topic will be a little bit fast of a segment. But my pick of the week is, it might appear to be a shameless plug, but honestly, it's not a shameless plug. So it is the Unified at Work podcast original series that we have on SpecialChronicles.com/Unified at Work. And this is exclusive audio documentaries and behind-the-scenes stories of a new inclusive unified employment program with that's taken off between the global partnership with Special Olympics International and United Airlines. And you really get to really hear stories that's not told anywhere else. We are the first media platform to really tell these stories. And season 1, episodes 1 through 10, 1 through 4 are already live. But by the time we celebrate our 1-year work anniversary on October 28th, 2020, we will have 10 episodes, so that'll be a full season. And I definitely recommend that you guys check that out. And in checking that out, I know personally it will encourage you to want to fly the friendly skies, meaning fly on United Airlines when it is safe to do so. Just fly United Airlines. So that's kind of, it's all one pick of the week, really. So Unified at Work. SpecialChronicles.com/Unified at Work is where you can listen on demand or stream those episodes and those other content on there too. Good pick of the weeks. Yeah. So next is movies and TV segment. We kind of covered that a little bit with.
Yeah, we did.
So the movie Princess Bride, we'll recommend that for our movies and TV segment. The TV show Tone Washington Spies, I think it's called. Tone, yeah. And Georgia's Kitchen show. That's a digital TV show, but it's still entertainment. And then the Unified at Work series, that's an audio documentary, so that's entertainment as well. So we kind of covered. We kind of covered. Right? Any other movies or TV anybody wants to recommend?
We're watching a series on, I'm not sure if it's on Prime or Netflix. It's called BOSCH, and the main character is Hieronymus Bosch, Harry Bosch for short, and he's a detective in L.A. BOSCH. And I don't know how many series there are, but we're still in I guess we just started the second series, and it's very entertaining. The lead guy is really good, and good actors, and fast pace, and surprises around the corner. So we've been enjoying that.
I can recommend the BOSCH series too. I think there are maybe six seasons.
Okay.
They just came up with the most recent one. And it's set in L.A., and Dan here was born in L.A., and so we were out there for a number of years. And it really just sort of captures the feel of Los Angeles. So that's part of its charm, I think. But yeah, it is good. It's based on, I think, the Michael Connelly murder mysteries.
Murder mysteries? Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Awesome.
Actually, I'm watching a murder mystery show too as well. It's called Riverdale, and it's based on the Archie comic books. I used to read them when I was a kid. I really like Cole Sprouse because he got the male lead as Jughead. He was known as Cody from Sweet Life and Zack and Cody. So that's the reason why I love that show so much.
All right.
And I'm going to recommend, since we all kind of have somewhat of a drama adult theme to these movies, TV shows. So I'm going to recommend the show Ozark on Netflix with Jason Bateman and a bunch of other people. I'm not usually into those types of TV thriller shows, but it's unlike anything. It's unlike a typical TV drama thriller that I typically wouldn't watch, but I would watch Ozark. And so it's about this family and the drug cartel. It takes place in the Missouri Ozarks, and it's really like it'll make you want to binge watch. Like I just discovered season 3 on Netflix a few weeks ago. It is a Netflix original, and so I definitely recommend the show Ozark.
Add that to our list.
Ozark on Netflix. So even if you are not into those types of shows. So let's move on to our social plugs and final thoughts. So we want to tell you, if you enjoy this program, we want to hear your reviews. We want to hear you tweeting with us and comments on us and emailing us audio feedback, of course. How can they do that, Georgia?
They should go on the DanielAndGeorgiaShow.com.
DanielAndGeorgia.com.
DanielAndGeorgia.com.
GeorgiaShow.com, no?
And then
I can never find it, that's why.
on social media, we are at Daniel and Georgia Show. You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, so just for the sake of, this is digital radio, so just to repeat for a listener, because we always like to repeat stuff on air, that's DanielAndGeorgia.com, DanielAndGeorgia.com, and at DanielAndGeorgia is Instagram and Facebook handle, and YouTube There's nothing already on that YouTube channel, but whatever. Let's just say at Daniel and Georgia on Instagram and Facebook, and it's Daniel Georgia Us. Daniel, which is spelled out. It's Daniel Georgia's with no apostrophe, right? Yeah.
You
so
would not have, right.
Yeah.
No apostrophe.
Yeah. So Daniel Georgia Us at Daniel Georgia Us is our Twitter handle. You can, with the hashtag for this program, you can tweet us. Hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show. That's where you get the show. So hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show. Okay. And we would love to leave. And it's like currently the show is on Podbean and SpecialChronicles.com, but coming soon on all major podcast apps. So we have to work on that. So definitely go check out the awesome site. It's free for the next 5 years. DanielAndGeorgia.com and tv.DanielAndGeorgia.com/watch. So after 5 years, we have to figure something out. Start paying. Okay, so anybody want to give any personal social media plugs? Instagram, Twitter, anything? No? So just follow the show. I think that's the best place.
There you go. Yeah.
So just follow the show. And all the links to our social media and email and voicemail and everything is on DanielAndGeorgia.com. So just go there, DanielAndGeorgia.com. What's the website again, Garrett?
I believe it's DanielAndGeorgia.com.
And Mom, what's the website again?
DanielAndGeorgia.com. But I keep wondering why it's not GeorgiaandDaniel.com.
I wonder too.
Okay, I could have modeled this after a.
Maybe that'll be 5 years from now. Then it'll be the GeorgiaandDaniel.com.
It'll be both. But there's a family in Atlanta, Georgia it's a husband and wife, and they kind of have the husband and wife. I mean, it's like the husband.
I've seen that. I think I've ended up there many times.
So yeah, and what's the website?
DanielAndGeorgia.com.
And nobody was going to ask me. DanielAndGeorgia.com. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey.
Final thoughts before we get back on our bikes. Final thoughts on the overall time on this very special Daniel and Georgia show, Mother's Day Bikecast Date Nights.
My thought is to just wish everyone happy Mother's Days, past and present and future.
Happy Mother's Day to all of us who are here now, who have been, and who are yet to be. Wishing just all the best of everything to everyone. Blue sky days ahead.
Thank you for watching, and please tune in.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, past, present, and future. I think I covered it all. So just before we all say the final words, which is remember to choose to include, before we say that all together at the same time, anybody have a 5-star rating? I'm assuming we're all giving this show a 5-star rating. But any quick review of why people should listen to the Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2?
Choose to include. Listen to the show.
Choose to include.
And until next week, where we will be back live Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. We will be live, not the pre-recorded live. We want to remind you to show compassion, show love to inspire, which is our new tagline, by the way.
Okay.
Love to inspire.
Love to inspire.
And stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, choose to include. And scene. And scene.
She wrote the bitter vintage of the grapes of wrath. She coined the lightning's terrible swift sword. Her name was Julia Wardhowe, and the battle hymn she wrote once helped our sons to fight the Civil War. These fighting words that flowed out so swiftly from her pen went to the waiting watchfires of Bull Run. From Shiloh to the wilderness to the fields of Gettysburg, in every Union camp her song was sung. But she looked back in sorrow and wished she'd found these words before. May every hymn become a prayer for peace that never sends another soul to war. She had seen too much of killing and the toll that war exacts, and seeking ways to make the carnage cease, Julia called to every woman across this war-torn earth to gather for a Mother's Day for peace. Arise with me, arise, all women who have hearts. Our losses age us far beyond our years. We can no longer justify the cannon's fearsome roar, nor use our nation's flag to dry our tears. Let us look toward tomorrow and work together shore to shore, till every hymn of battle becomes a prayer for peace that never sends another soul to war. For 30 years, brave mothers met together every June, till Woodrow Wilson named a holiday that turned this great assembly of women against war into a card and candy, chocolate-filled cliche. But if we love our mothers, and of course we do, when we celebrate them every month of May, remember Julia Ward Howe and the dream she dreamed, that Mother's Day might make war go away. That Mother's Day might make war go away.
Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. We're back. Oh, she's muted. You're listening to the Georgia, and you're listening.
Sorry.
You're listening to the Georgia and Daniel show on specialchronicles.com. She's Georgia.
Yes, I'm Georgia.
And I'm Daniel. I thought you were going to say, and he's Daniel. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed that special Mother's Day Bikecast. We should do that again with our moms.
Yes, but we don't know when that's going to happen yet.
Yeah, sometime soon. Anything else you want to say, babe? I mean, we don't have a lot planned on this. Because this is a rebroadcast. Most of it is a rebroadcast episode.
Well, I could tell everyone that I'm going back to work this coming Wednesday because from the past few days I haven't been working, which is kind of weird and until confusing, but I actually deserved a long week vacation from work because of my accomplishments and me coming back from DC and I'm really happy that I get to see my friends again, and hopefully moving forward, Dan and I will have some dates along the way.
Yeah. So with that, before we come back, we will take a short break, and we'll come back and tell you how you can get in touch with us, right?
Yeah.
So we'll take one more break just to think, because it's because of ComEd that we are able to, and all of you that make a gift at specialchronicles.com/give to donate. But we'll hear a quick message from one of our sponsors.
Yes, please.
And when we come back, we'll let all you know how you can follow us and subscribe and review and all that right here on the Georgia and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lisa Noble, and I'm a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and an athlete with Special Olympics Illinois.
Hi, my name is Daniel Spakowski, and I also am a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and founder of a company called Special Chronicles.
The ComEd Energy Force program is a program that hires people with disabilities to teach the public how to save energy and money.
It's the country's first energy efficiency program of its kind.
Saving energy is especially important while everyone is at home due to COVID-19. We're using more electricity than ever before. Just think about how many more times you are opening the refrigerator door these days.
And while the economy is stressed, it's more critical than ever to save money where we can. Following these tips can save energy and money in this time of COVID-19.
Wash your clothes in cold water and use the dryer sparingly.
Your dryer can take up to 7 times more energy than the washer.
Turn off and unplug any electrical devices or power strips you are not using.
Electrical devices can continue to zap power even when turned off if they're still plugged in. We call them vampire devices.
Use LED bulbs.
They use 25% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last up to 25 times longer, saving you lots of money over time.
Keep your refrigerator between 35 and 38 degrees.
And be sure to use Energy Star appliances.
And last but not least, check out ComEd.com/home savings for more tips and rebates.
Lisa and I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to us today.
Remember, we are all in this together.
Stay healthy.
And stay safe.
Bye. And we're back. I'm Daniel. She's...
I am Georgia.
This is the
Georgia
and Daniel Show podcast on SpecialChronicles.com. And I think we mentioned it because this is a Rebroadcast episode, but we'll mention it again. SpecialChronicles.com/GeorgiaandDanielShow is our podcast page. All links to get in touch with us and subscribe and all that is on there. And once again, we want to remind you at the $250 gift level, you can get a free autographed copy of the book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. All you have to do is make your $250 gift to this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. Or text give to 50 to 833-953-2598. And you can go. All the links will be in the show notes below, right? Right below? Right below.
Right below.
Also, finally, babe, if they want to get in touch with us, they can, if our listeners want to get in touch with us, they can email us.
Yep, you guys can send us an email at Daniel and Georgia at SpecialChronicles.com.
And
you can tweet just Daniel.
Both of us. I mean, I'll reply, but they can tweet both of us.
You can tweet the both of us at Daniel Georgia as hashtag Georgia and Daniel Show.
And they can follow us.
You guys can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Daniel and Georgia.
And you can follow Georgia.
You guys can follow me
on the gram.
On Instagram at PageGeorgia22.
You can follow me on Instagram at PodmanDan. PodmanDan at PodmanDan. So go out and if you want to know what we're doing when we're not behind these microphones, when we're not on the podcast, right? You can follow Georgia at PageGeorgia22. You can follow me at PodmanDan on Instagram, and you can follow the show at Daniel and Georgia, and you can follow. Find all the links to follow this network, Special Chronicles, SpecialChronicles.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all podcasts. Subscribe to our newsletter. All that. You can find all of our podcasts on SpecialChronicles.com. Any other plugs, babe?
No, I think we pretty much got everything.
So this will be a little shorter of an episode because it is a Rebroadcast, Mother's Day podcast. We'll be back next week. Maybe we'll talk about independent living. Maybe we'll talk about something new that we haven't publicly shared, right?
Yeah, well, I will come up with different topics on my computer. And
do you know what I'm talking about? That private thing that we haven't shared yet? Starts with a T, ends in a Y.
Yes, I know.
Okay, that's the hint for the listener. Starts with a T, ends in a Y. It's something private, but we're going to show publicly in maybe in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And much more topics coming up right here. You've been listening to. Is that your line, babe?
To the Georgia
and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll see you next week.
Catch you later.
See you. We'll see you next week. I'm going to go after I hit stop.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.